Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, and thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you along. Of course, I know many of you are catching us on Charter Channel 8, where we can be seen 6 days a week. If you can bring us along if you're going to be out of town and find us on the internet. We're on YouTube as well as blip.tv, or befriend us on Facebook. Hit that little button, and then you will receive notification of when we're uploaded. You can keep up with us that way as well if you're out of town. And also, we do want to mention that if you have any ideas for guests or topics that you'd like to see, you can contact us at the Owatonna Today at, my mind is going blank here, at Owatonna Today at charter.net. It's a Wednesday. I can't believe it on being a Monday. Owatonna Today at charter.net. Also, Leanne Alt will take your call. She is the one who schedules all of our guests. You can phone her at 456-5751.
No, 390.
390. What did I say? 456, didn't I?
No,
That's my number.
That's your number.
Part of it anyway. 390, yes. 5751. Okay, we'll try to get back up to the program here. And we do have an interesting program for you today. We're going to be at Fairview Medical Center talking with Jody Boisen. It is the summertime, and pets can be a concern. She's going to give us pet safety and animal safety with this hot summer coming. And then we're going to catch up with Transit Coordinator for the SCAT Bus, Melinda Estey. And that's all straight ahead, so stay with us.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltfett of Horizon Eye Care Professionals. Eye care you can trust. We're proud supporters of Owatonna Today.
Hi, I'm Larry Ostermeyer, and I play Caiaphas.
And I'm Raleigh Kittleston, and I play Peter in LTO's current production of Jesus Christ Superstar, directed by Jeffrey Jackson and sponsored by the Winger Foundation.
Performances of Jesus Christ Superstar will be held Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, June 20th, 21st, and 22nd at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, June 23rd at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, June 27th, 28th, and 29th at 7:30 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764. Don't miss LTO's production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
On location now at the Fairview Animal Medical Center with Jody Boisen. Hello, Jody.
Hi.
And yes, we're outside. The breezes are blowing, and it's cloudy, so hopefully the rain will hold off a little bit. But we're out here to talk about pets and the warm spring and summertime weather and how we can make it easier for them. Because it gets warm and hot and humid, and we have bugs out.
Right, exactly.
And, of course, the most bugs that we think about now we have to be careful for are ticks.
Yes.
Have you seen a lot of them?
We've seen a lot of ticks. This is tick season. This is the time to really be aware of it. We recommend all dogs and cats that go outdoors would be to use a monthly tick treatment on them as a preventative, which also treats for fleas.
Okay. Now, is that something that they have to get here, or they can purchase it here and they put it on themselves, or is it something that you injected their skin? How does this work?
There are some of the products that we have that you can also find over the counter,
okay.
And then there are some that we wouldn't promote at all. Mm-hmm. Typically, they tend to be a little bit more expensive products, and if you find something that's inexpensive at the store, there's a reason it's inexpensive.
Okay.
It really just doesn't usually work. So,
is there something they should look for in particular, certain ingredients, or how do they go about buying the right kind?
I would check with your vet office first, what they recommend. We have usually Frontline is the main one that we offer, and it's offered. You think you can get it at Target and Walmart also, but there are differences not with the product, but we can apply it for you if you have any confusion about that, and that won't cost you anything extra, so you know you've got it done correctly. And typically, there are rebates or things that they do strictly through a veterinary clinic that they won't do for a regular store. So the cost effectiveness actually works out to come and do it correctly. And they will guarantee it once if you buy it from your vet clinic.
Do they work better than those flea and tick collars that people advertise? Because those things are really, they have a strong odor
Stinky.
to them. That's
Yes.
No.
Thus far, we haven't found a flea and tick collar that was doing the job.
And how do you remove them once they get on though and they're dug in there? What's the proper way to remove a tick once it's embedded itself into the skin?
You know, it's typically...
You need the head out. You have to get the head out, right?
You know, a lot of times you take a tweezers or little forceps and just and get it out and...
Keep working at it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can catch it before it gets too far in there.
Yes, and before they become big, ugly, bloated monsters. But that's when you know you've got them.
Oh, that's for sure, yes. So what else should we be aware of with our animals?
Well, and when we were still a little bit about one more thing about the tick thing is that this is a really heartworm season too, and and this is the time where you start getting on your heartworm preventative. When you come in and we do the annual heartworm test where you take a little blood sample, it also tests for tick-borne diseases. So you can get in your 4 drops of blood, you find out if you have heartworm positive or not, and then you can also find out if there's Lyme or anaplasmosis or Ehrlichia, which is a little less common around here, but still pretty mean.
Animals can get some of the same diseases that the humans.
Yes, that's when
that flea and ticks and things like
Lyme
that.
and anaplasmosis have been really hard on both animals and people.
What is
What is it? Yes, what is animal?
Anaplasmosis it's similar to Lyme disease.
Okay.
It's just
Are the symptoms the same?
Yes.
Okay.
This achiness, lethargy,
and treatment, and
the treatment's very
is
similar.
Is one worse than the other, or
That's a good question. I don't know if one is worse. I think Ehrlichia is worse than the other two.
I guess I'm confused because if they do the same, why do they have 2 different names?
And you can sometimes one dog will be positive for both Lyme and anaplasmosis.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And all right, so we've got that down. We know that they're in the grass. We used to think that they dropped on you from the trees, but they're in the grass.
And it's just all over the place. Yeah, if, you go to cabins, but if you go for walks, everywhere. You can pick up a tick in your own yard.
Well, you have to check yourself, so of course you have to check your animals too.
That's right. That's right. And if you are doing something preventative, then it's less likely that they're going to bring ticks into the house for you to have to deal with yourself.
What is something else we should be aware of for their safety?
Well, another thing about this time of the year is heat-related issues. So if you have your dog outside for a period of time, they have to have shade protection from the heat and a nice big water dish that's not going to tip over easily. And if it is, then you're checking it frequently because if they're outside all afternoon and they tipped their water dish over 3 minutes into the deal, that's a long time to go.
And probably would you say grooming too? Make sure they're clipped really,
clipped nicely,
heavy fur.
Right, exactly. For the ones that need grooming, absolutely.
What about? Does it help if you exercise them regularly? When it's warm, there's certain things with humans you're not supposed to go out there and exercise, but animals too. I imagine some of the same things apply.
I would do the same thing. I would do early morning or later evening, whenever the sun is not too high in the sky, and they can have a lot of heat exhaustion issues also.
And of course, one thing we always hear about, and I see when I go to grocery stores, animals in the car, and the windows are up.
Yes, it's just I think people have been talking about this for years and years, and some animals, I know that they say, I love taking my dog with me everywhere, that my dog just loves it when I grab my car keys, and it's like, well, there are times when maybe you either have to be the bad guy because even cracking the windows, it gets hot so quickly. It really is best. If you're running errands, I would say, please leave them home.
Yeah. Plus, some of them, even if the window's cracked a little bit, then a lot of them are there barking and probably creating some problems for the other people in the stores too. So
it's hard. I know you love your pet so much and you want to have as much time with them as possible, but it's something you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons.
Have you had any experience with people coming in with injured animals because they've driven with them sitting on their laps? I know, because I can't, people, I see that a lot, and I'm thinking, just the slightest little stop, and you can crush them. If an airbag goes off.
That I think about that airbag all the time. I have a friend who lost her dog once because she was driving. She took him everywhere. Great thing. And she had her window down about that much, and she came to a stoplight, and he heard something, and he jumped out the window and got hit by a car. And it was a cruel tragedy, and for someone who was such a conscientious dog lover. But
so
these
you
freak
probably
things can
recommend
happen.
kennels if they're the right size to have in the car for safety.
We really do. And I don't always do it myself, and then, pretty soon, they're climbing over on your lap, or they're doing something, and you say, I'm kind of a distracted driver right now.
Yeah,
and I guess that's
it's dangerous to have them jumping back and forth in the seats and that too. I mean, it's one thing to have their heads out the window and they're getting the breeze, but it's another thing when they're jumping back and forth. So, okay, so we've talked about the dogs, and what about, is there anything special for cats in the summer too?
Well, the cats, they're sensing this change. They really want to get outside. We really recommend cats should be indoor animals. It's not an easy thing. I'm not judging because I know how hard it is to keep your cat indoors. For the safety of your cat, it's best if they can be an indoor-only pet, and for the safety of birds too. But but when they get out, obviously the picking up of fleas and ticks isn't a favorite thing either to be worried about. But it's that when they roam around, there's just a lot more chance that they could get hurt. They could get in a fight. They can get hit by a car. And so it's...
And if you've had them declawed, it's dangerous. And if you haven't had them spayed or neutered...
yes, then they're more likely to wander.
Wonderful
and
things
wander
too.
farther. And, and a front declawed cat can still get up a tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're pretty smart animals.
So, well, is there something, we're getting low on time here, that you'd like to talk about and cover we haven't covered yet, as far as maybe some other animals or something like that?
I would just say that, be prepared over the summer months if you're going to be going on, just to be up to date on vaccines, up to date on your preventatives, and if you're, these plans that come up, you've got weddings to go to, you've got, traveling to do, if they're all up to date, then it's a lot easier to have a last minute, can we board for the weekend, or can we do that instead of...
Is that probably a requirement, isn't it, for a lot of boarders? They want everything's up to date.
That's right.
That is a good idea. And as with humans, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, absolutely.
If you need a drink, they probably do too. So.
Yeah, nice fresh water available all the time is just key.
Well, Jody, thank you for those tips and those reminders. We need to hear them all the time, because as you say, we're out and about and you see things and you go, please don't. Think of your animals. So thank you very much, Jody, from the Fairview Animal Medical Center. And we're going to go back to the studio now. For Leanne Alt, I'm Betty Johnson.
I'm Diane Wilson of Profinium Financial, the bank that helps you achieve your financial dreams. Profinium Financial is proud to be a supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hi, this is Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better. At Amy Swain Hearing Centers, we offer many different brands of hearing instruments because everyone has a different lifestyle. Let me, Dr. Amy Swain, help you find the best hearing device for your hearing needs at Amy Swain Hearing Centers of Owatonna, Austin, and Waseca. Call 1-800-804-3361 for an appointment today, or visit my website at www.amyswainhearingcenters.com. because you deserve to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
We are back in studio now with our guest Melinda Estey, who is the transit coordinator for the SCAT Bus.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us, Melinda.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the SCAT Bus, we were just talking, has been around for, what, 16 years, hasn't it?
Yes, since 1997.
Very successful project.
Yes, we think so, yes.
Yes, it's been good service for the city of Owatonna. But now you are here, you want to inform us that there's something else going on with the SCAT Bus.
Well, this past April, we extended our evening service hours, so we're really excited about that. We used to run until 6 p.m., and now we're running until 9 p.m. in the city of Owatonna, Monday through Friday. So we added hours there, and then also on our route bus, we added an additional hour. We were 7 to 5, and now we're running 7 to 6 p.m.
Is this permanent all year round, or is it just summer hours?
This will be permanent. However, it's a grant from MnDOT, so it's in a grant for just those additional 4 hours each day. And so if we prove successful with these hours and increase ridership and it's a worthwhile service, then we'll continue beyond 2013. So for now, it's guaranteed through 2013.
You said it was a grant from MnDOT. Did you have to apply for that and say, we're getting more riders and don't have enough time?
We did apply for the grant. Every year we have to apply for a new grant with MnDOT.
Okay.
And so 80% of our funding comes from the federal and state level that's pushed through MnDOT.
Okay,
so they hold the purse strings. But we knew that we had a lot of citizens who wanted rides in the evening, and we weren't previously we didn't have the capacity to help them with those hours. So we asked for the grant and proved the need, and they gave us the funding.
Right.
So that was great.
Plus your dispatch too. You have
increased
hours.
Yes, we added an additional couple hours for dispatch. We used to have the dispatch available to schedule your rides from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and now you can call between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. to schedule that ride. For the next day, we try to get a 24-hour notice, and there's an hour break in there from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So the dispatch.
But that's nice for people who probably have a doctor's appointment and they don't, know when it's coming, or they don't get a call back or get scheduled until after it's closed. Now, something like that happens. Is there usually time, like in the morning, saying, I have an appointment at 11 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock now, can you squeeze them in, or do they have to have a certain amount of hours of notice?
We will do our absolute best to schedule somebody in on the same day, but it really does fill up quickly. So if you can call at 7 a.m. the day before, or the earlier you can call, because what we find is that the phone goes crazy at 7 a.m. until about 8 a.m., and then the next day gets filled up really quickly. So but they're not always completely full. So anytime somebody tries to call with a same-day request, we do our best to fill that.
Now, do you just have one bus for that, or do you have
We presently have one bus that runs the city route, and then we have 2 buses that are working dial-a-ride, and the dial-a-ride buses are on from 6 a.m. to 1 till 5:30 p.m. and 1 till 9 p.m.
So what's the fare for a one-way on a dial-a-ride?
Sure. Dial-a-ride within the city of Owatonna is $2 for cash, or you can pre-purchase a ticket for $1.75. County-wide tickets are $2.50.
So if you go outside the city of Owatonna, if you want to go to Ellendale, or somebody from Ellendale wants to come to Owatonna, it's $2.50. Well, that's cheaper than a gallon of gas and what you have to pay for.
Yes, yes it is,
Definitely.
yes.
So now you have one bus that's running on the route. Have you had the same route since it started, or you tweak it every now and then?
We just started the route in September of this past year, and we committed to a 6-month window to really get it up and running and communicate with people so people knew what it was and how it worked. And then we reviewed it just this past February-March time frame and found that it was pretty successful as it is. And to do tweaks, we have to revise all of our marketing and then do a communication program. And at this point, we decided to keep the route as it is, but we'll continue to revisit it about every 6 months. And just
how was the route determined?
What we did was looked at our pattern of ridership already. So as of that time frame last year, we did a pinning project, which took us about 3 months to gather all the data on where we were going and how often and what times of the day. And then we tried to focus the route on those bus stops with attention to their basic essential needs, so medical, food, groceries, and then employment. So there was a committee that was formed as a subcommittee of our Transit Advisory Committee that really focused on where we want, where we wanted those bus stops, and then how we would be able to help the most people.
And what is your ridership on the route been since you started it?
The route has been carrying approximately 35% of our riders. So that's been really exciting. We weren't quite sure what to expect. MnDOT told us every time you make a significant change to your program, expect a decline in ridership. And we didn't see that decline. So that was great.
Do they mean until you can get it publicized again that, it's been changed here and there?
Really more it's just resistance to change and the challenge of helping people understand how it works.
Okay, why don't you give us an idea of where the route is, if you can tell us some specific spots
Sure.
that people might be familiar with.
The route is a 1-hour loop. So around the city of Owatonna, it has the same stops each hour. So for instance, we start on the 0-minute marker of each hour at Colonial Manor, and then we head over to the medical campus, and our stop is actually at the hospital doors because they have that nice covered waiting area. And it just makes the little traffic flow easier. So we're at the hospital at the 4-minute marker, and then we head over to the Skyline Gardens area, which is, serves all those apartment buildings in that area too, on the 10-minute marker. And we head to the Workforce Center on the 13s, and a couple blocks away to 3rd Avenue and 28th Street Northeast on the 14-minute marker, where we head over to St. Paul Place by the junior high at the 18s. And then to the north lot of Cedar Valley Services on the 22-minute marker, which is a public bus stop, too. I think some people worry that that's only for Cedar Valley Services, but that is a public stop.
That's good to know, because I noticed it there and I thought it was.
Yeah, that's true. And then we also head to the public library from there on the 24 minutes, and the Community Ed Building or Roosevelt on the 29s. From there, we head to the Cedar Place Apartments on Hartle Avenue on the 32-minute marker, and to Hy-Vee at the 38-minute marker. And at Hy-Vee, we stop by the deli doors. And then we head to the American Applebee's parking lot area at 42 minutes after the hour. The West Hills Public Health parking lot kind of serves that whole area on the 45s. And Cashwise at 51 in Walmart.
The high place, haven't you?
Yeah, and so, I mean, if you wanted to hop on and do the whole loop, it takes an hour. So usually your stops are somewhere along that route, so it's shorter.
And if you take it, if you know the schedule, too, if you happen to get stuck someplace, the bus is going to be along to this place.
Right.
So now, when you add that, the route and the other SCAT buses, what are your numbers? How many people ride the bus a year?
We are running about 40,000 rides a year.
Really?
Yes.
40,000.
Right.
That's got to be. Has increased each year, or has it stayed the same?
It's actually had decreased since about 2006. So I came into the program about 2.5 years ago, and we've been trying to really build that up and get more people on the bus and find out, where we were missing riders and how we can really just want to help as many people as we can. And we know that within the county, we should be doing more rides. So we're really looking at ways to,
especially, people might say, well, why should I take the bus? Other than the fact of the price of gas, which fluctuates, what are some of the reasons that people should take the bus?
Sure. Well, it's cheap. $2 cash to hop on the bus and go around town. It's really convenient, especially with that route bus. You don't need to schedule a ride. You can hop on. And a side note there, to schedule a ride, you would just call the dial-a-ride number, which is that 451-777-7 to schedule your next day ride.
And it picks you up at the door and drops you off at the door as well.
Yep.
Yes. And you have experienced drivers?
Yes, we do. Everybody has their commercial driver license, and there's a lot of training that everybody goes through to be able to do what they do.
So we are talking with Melinda Estey, who is the transit coordinator with SCAT Bus. Now, Melinda, is there something that you want to touch on quickly that we haven't covered that I might have missed?
The only thing we want to do is just get the word out that the bus is for everybody. There's no specific clients that we serve. Anybody can hop on the bus, and we'll just look forward to seeing you on the bus.
And what is the phone number they can call to schedule a ride?
The phone number is 451-7777.
Well, that's easy to remember.
Right.
Yep. All 7. So thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thanks so much. much.
And maybe I'll hop on those buses one of those days.
That sounds
I
great.
lose my keys again. So we're going to take this break, and we come back. We have our announcements, so please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake with Napa Auto Parts.
Napa has the know-how for all your automotive needs.
Napa is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know that it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids in your own home? Underage drinking leads to increased risk of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
It is a Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week, kind of a hump day, but there are activities that are going on around the area tomorrow. And then this weekend, we want to make sure that you are familiar with them so you get out and enjoy the nice summer temperatures that we have. Beginning with the Steele County Historical Society welcomes physician author Dr. Patrick Greenwood of Owatonna for a presentation tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Wenger Room of the History Center, which is on 1700 Austin Road. This July commemorates the sesquicentennial of the Big Battle of Gettysburg. And Dr. Greenwood's lecture will be about Willis Twyford, who was a Civil War doctor and surgeon, a legislator, and also a doctor who practiced in Steele County. So admission for the lecture is free to Historical Society members or $2 for non-members. Again, that's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the History Center. The big barn bash is this weekend at the Steele County Fairgrounds, and lots of bands going on Friday and Saturday. There's going to be food, there's going to be activities for the kids, and also a classic car, truck, and tractor show. It's going to be on Saturday from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. So if you know of someone or if you have a classic car or truck, there is a $10 entry fee. You can contact the Steele County Fair office. There's also going to be some special washboard tournaments and a silent auction. You're going to want to check that out. That is a major fundraiser. If you have anything that you'd like to donate to that, you can give them a call, and if you have a basket and help out, you can contact Jim Gleason at the fair office. And the Neighbor to Neighbor Benefit Brunch for the Hospitality House for Men is coming up this Saturday, the 29th at 10 a.m. at United Methodist Church in Owatonna. So for more information, you can call 451-4101. I almost said 01, but it's 451-4101. And 4th of July is coming up. A great fireworks display is going to be at the Steele County Fairgrounds, sponsored by the Early Edition Rotary Club. But it doesn't pay for themselves. They need donations every year to make this possible. So they are now hoping to get the money for next year. So if you'd like to make a contribution for fireworks for next year, you can contact John Helbelka at 456-0945. And that is what's going on around the area for this weekend. We are glad you joined us on this Wednesday. Please come back on Friday when we're going to be at the Dakota Living Center, a beautiful place, talking about the rehab and recovery services. And freshman council member Kevin Rainey is going to be along. That's on Friday. So please come back. For Leanne Alt, I'm Betty Johnson. Thank you for joining us.